You have a fan club out there.
I do?
Of course.
Oh.
You have people in the chat.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder if I know them or if they're just like, this guy's all right.
I hope I don't run out of battery, but I won't. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so, oh, what was it?
What is this weird object?
I know, how do I use it? I know. Okay, so speaking of Reelfoot,
Yeah.
I know that when you played Reelfoot, you went as Bash.
Yes.
You came into this game, you're like, it's Sebastian.
Yes.
Tell us more about what you wanted to change coming into this game, and if you feel like you accomplished that.
Yeah, and playing Reelfoot, I got to the end, final tribal council, got 0 votes, so I was a 0 vote finalist. And I was met with so much animosity from the jury. It was like a poison jury. I knew I wasn't going to get any votes, so I felt back in a corner, and I was like, why is this? So I had to rewatch my stuff, and it's just some of the things that I do naturally for my job. Like I'm a professional fire performer, and I'm a circus artist, and I run a burlesque bar, and just weird things that aren't normal to other people. A name like Bash, it already connotes like I'm gonna smash something up, and that I'm aggressive, and so I tried to wipe all of that away. I went in like a red, white, and blue outfit and a baseball cap. This is not the best hat to wear out here, so I got a haircut, first professional haircut I ever had in like 20 years. I didn't take my piercings out. I couldn't, be too uncomfortable with my skin. But then
you got a haircut.
Yeah.
To be better at this game.
Yeah. Blended right in. I mean, I could have been doing cardio and working out, but I thought that was more important. So at home I stayed in conversations longer with people that I didn't necessarily want to, and just would feign interest and.
You practice the social game.
I literally trained socially.
I love it.
Yeah.
And how did it pay off? I mean, from my perspective, it paid off well. But what's your perspective?
It paid off I got to the end again. I know how to do that, but you can't always be a Russell. So I got 1 vote short of, there was one deciding vote that decided whether I was the winner or not, and I was not the winner. But I'm really happy with my social game.
Good.
It's definitely a step up.
I mean, I feel like I heard from many people like, oh yeah, I'm working with Sebastian. I'm working with Sebastian. I'm working with, like, it felt like you had a lot of connections going. Was that your goal?
I did, yeah. I tried to make not final 2 deals, but just told people that I 100% trusted them, whether I did or not. But I got to the point in some relationships where I was like, I don't know exactly how that worked. I just earned their trust by, paying attention, more active listening, and providing them information, and just being relatable and trying to remember their kids' names and things like that. That's not usually my forte.
Yeah,
So.
I love that. That's really cool. Just see a lot of people in the chat were talking about your growth and how much you changed your game here. Not many people can do that.
Yeah.
Like, not many people can change their game, and that's
not
your game, but like work on something and grow that way.
Right. So people notice that?
I think people in the chat were noticing, and they're not even here.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think you should be super proud. I mean, 1 vote determines the winner. The votes you got were Nicole, Devante, Melissa, and Eric.
Yeah.
Do any of those people surprise you?
No.
And is there anybody that you're surprised didn't vote for you?
I thought I would have got Phil's vote.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely thought I would have got Phil's vote, and that's what turned the tables. I think I don't understand why I didn't, but I'm sure.
You don't understand?
Yeah, I was, I wonder why. I mean, I did vote for him, and he's probably a little salty about that. So, you can never tell.
What was his question again at final? I don't remember.
I can't remember what his question was. Just in
really quick, wasn't it?
In my regular life, I don't go under the Inquisition knife like that, and especially not after starving for 4 days.
Do you feel like you were able to hold your own out there?
I was able to. I just took it one. I knew I had to, take one juror at a time. Possibly bitter. After my last experience, I knew that juries can be bitter, so I was prepared for that. But I don't know. Just stuff started coming out of my mouth, and I tried to make sure that they were right, but that didn't always work.
Yeah.
I told MT that I had no interest in working with him, and what's his name? Emir.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I wasn't getting a good vibe from him because he lied to me, and he really took it personally. So he might have swayed some votes. I don't know. I'm happy that I got Nicole's, and Melissa's.
I mean, these are like gamers. Like these are like players. Like Nicole, Davante, Eric, Melissa.
Yeah.
Those are all, and from my perspective as a producer, they were, I guess maybe the whole merge, the whole, were just like really strong players, and you
Yeah.
got the votes of some extremely good players.
Yeah.
So like,
Sweet.
yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these people play orgs like a lot and all the time, minis, and watch everything from the challenge to Big Brother. And I have one station. I do watch Survivor. I'm probably going to watch Australian Survivor now because they were talking that up pretty good. But I just don't have the bandwidth for all that stuff.
Yeah. I was going to ask you. So like, I heard a lot of people saying that they were working with you.
Yeah.
Who was like your closest ally? Who did you trust the most? Or like Sean and Carl said that you guys ended up as ride or dies. Was that also in your perspective? Or like, who was your...
Is she going to be watching this?
Yeah, who were you playing and who was legit?
I mean, it started in the beginning. I knew that we were going to be swapped and flipped and stuff. So anybody I could made a vague relationship with in the morning or of the first day, the afternoon of the first day, I was like, if we see each other again, then we got each other's backs. And that happened. Some of them didn't make it through, but I wasn't making final twos with everybody. What was the question again?
Yeah,
Just,
who was your close? Who did you trust the most?
well, first I trusted Heather because she's called me. Oh, she called me out to run the first challenge. Is this right? Like this? And then Nina from the first swap. I was like, whoever's on your, I'm going on to this tribe. Who was from your original tribe, and I will look out for them. So I knew I had Nina's back, and since someone from my original starting tribe, Allison, was going with Nina, I was like, don't worry, Nina's got your back. So then I'm doing favors for all these people when they don't, and that made them feel good about me, be like, there's somebody out in this world. So I had Heather, Taylor from the first day one challenge. Heather, Taylor, Nina, Allison, and then Davante.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first start.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of Davante,
Yeah.
you just mentioned it in the feedback show, but I think it'd be good to have it here for posterity. Sure. What was your goal at the Final Four tribal with making it a tie?
I was under the assumption that, it was clear that we were going to vote for Davante because he just made a flashy move before. I know there were a lot of Reds on the tribe that he's just really social and friendly, likable player, someone you want to see win. I mean, I fought hard to earn it, but you just with his infectious smile, you'd be like, that looks like a face I want to see win, just to see that smile again. So I knew I couldn't really bring him. But he and I had worked so, late in the later stages of the game, mid to later, with Nicole, Phil, and Davante. He was feeding me good information. I was, cross-checking that and, giving him back information. And when I would give him information, it wouldn't get out past him unless, I said so, and vice versa. So we had some real trust going on. Then Final Four, I guess, or Final Five, when I didn't win immunity, they could have voted me out. And Davante was playing his idol. He could have, everybody voted for Devontae, including myself, and he voted Melissa. And he told me, he's like, I still got you, bro. I'm voting Melissa. And I didn't go home. I was like, how is this even possible? So I was like, man, that was, some true friendship there. So he's still got to go, but how can I do this in a way that saves some face? And I figured the splitting of the vote, I just made up my mind in travel. And and I kind of showboated a little bit and told Shauna, I was like, we're going to, do something else. And I guess the jury didn't really see that or didn't care. We turned it into a fire making challenge, and the smiles in the audience and the jury just lit up. It was really kind of special. But I kind of thought that it might be a final two, so I was okay with not. I wanted to beat Devontae myself, so I was trying to give the necklace to Beth.
Yeah.
But then I was advised that it doesn't work like that in this game here.
Yeah.
So what would I have had to do? Just give the necklace up first, and then hope
the very
that
first before the vote.
Yeah. And then hope that people didn't vote me.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
No.
The new twist.
Yeah.
And Survivor is different from, because we're still doing the old school. We're still doing the old school way.
Okay.
We don't do that Final Four twist anymore. But
okay. Well.
I know.
I figured it would give me a chance to, put Devontae out on his own terms. But man, Beth crushed it in that fire making challenge.
Fire breathing challenges.
Yeah.
Right, because you saw her.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Okay, so I've taken 11 minutes of your time.
I'm just fine.
I'm so grateful.
I'm in the shade and in a chair.
And not surrounded by people. What is your big takeaway from Survival Challenge? What's going to stick with you in the next weeks?
The level of enjoyment that everybody is, and myself included, challenges alone, the surviving all that stuff, the camaraderie, not just from the players, but all this production that goes into everything that you don't see behind the camera is just mind blowing. It's really humbling that I got to play a game that puts this much care into a game that I adore.
I love it. Well, we'd love to see you come back in it and help on the production side. It's a good time.
All right.
That's why you see 50 volunteers.
Yeah.
We're all having fun.
I may just do that.
Yes. All right. Well, let me grab that from you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.